You sent it. One little message. The screen says, read at 9:47 a.m. Then, nothing. You lock your phone, you unlock it, still nothing. You read your own text back, hunting for the word that ruined everything. You tell yourself you do not care, but your chest is tight. That is not you being needy. That is a survival system older than language. It is running on a glowing rectangle it was never designed for. Here is what is actually happening inside your head. In 2003, a neuroscientist named Naomi Eisenberger studied the brain during social exclusion. Participants played a ball-tossing game with players who were secretly programmed to stop passing. The person was just left out. The anterior cingulate cortex lit up. That is the same region that fires when you feel physical pain. Your brain never built a separate alarm for being left out. It borrowed the one for a stubbed toe or a broken bone. When being ignored feels like it physically hurts, it is not a figure of speech. As far as your brain is concerned, it is close to the literal truth. It gets stranger. A team led by Nathan DeWall gave people Tylenol daily. The Tylenol group reported fewer hurt feelings than those taking a sugar pill. The same drug that quiets a headache dulled the sting of rejection. That is not a medical tip. It is proof of how deep the wiring runs. Why would evolution build it this way? Why should a missing reply hurt? Psychologists Roy Baumeister and Mark Leary called it the need to belong. The drive to be accepted is not a weakness. It is a fundamental human need. It sits on the same shelf as food and safety. For most of human history, you survived because of your group. Alone, you were prey. Being cast out was a death sentence. Your brain evolved a smoke alarm for rejection. Loud, fast, and impossible to ignore. Those who felt that sting and hurried back to the group lived. They are your ancestors. The problem is, that alarm is ancient. It cannot tell the difference between tribal exile and a friend not texting back. You know it cannot tell the difference because of how little it takes. Kipling Williams found people felt the sting even when a computer controlled the game. Even when the players ignoring them were people they personally despised. Being shut out by anyone still hurt. Sit with that for a second. If your brain aches from a computer game, it aches when someone leaves you on read. You are not too sensitive. The alarm has no volume knob. Here is the part that explains the worst of it. The refreshing, the rereading, the movies your mind makes up. The pain of being left on read is not the rejection. It is the not knowing. In 2016, Archie de Berker studied stress during a rock-turning game. People were most stressed not when a shock was certain, but when it was a coin flip. Their stress peaked on the uncertainty, not the pain itself. A clear no, your brain can file away. And maybe, it leaves wide open. Read, 9:47 a.m., no reply, is the purest maybe there is. Are they angry? Busy? Bored? Your brain refuses to let that question rest. So it runs it again and again and again. Let us put the whole thing back together. You sent a text. It got marked read. A survival system fired off a pain alarm built for exile. It locked on to the most stressful thing your brain knows, an unanswered maybe. That is not weakness. That is just being a human being. You are wired for other humans, holding a device that shrank belonging. Knowing that won't make the sting disappear. But it can change what you do. When the alarm goes off, name it. That is my belonging system talking. Remember that silence is usually about their day, not your worth. Gently close the loop. Ask or let it go, instead of refreshing. It was never really the answer that hurt. It was the waiting. That gray word is not a verdict on whether you matter. It is just a notification your brain is taking far too personally. For 200,000 years, it had no other choice. Next time you stare at read, remember, it is not just you.